Hi, I'm Meg. Welcome to plantfitmeg. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to share my top 3 recipes that I've been making lately that are great for batch cooking. They're also great if you want to just whip them up really quickly and serve them right away. These are wonderful recipes for the summer, and I hope you really enjoy them. I will link all the printable recipes in the description box below, so check those out. I also have some variations and some bonus recipes listed down there as well, so be sure to check it out. I will mention a few honorable mentions at the end of this video as well, so stay tuned until the end. All of these recipes are vegan, they're whole food plant-based, they're delicious, nutritious, family favorites, and omnivore approved, which is awesome. Let's get into it. These are in no particular order, but let's start off with my refried bean recipe, which is not actually fried beans. I just put them in a pan. It's a very minimal ingredient recipe, so it's basically just beans, salsa, some spices, a little bit of jalapeno if you like to add a little bit of a kick, and you just mix it up on the stovetop, really simple. Mash it up, or if you have an immersion blender, you can use that instead. I love to double up this recipe and just keep it on hand for burritos, tacos, for a salad, for a sandwich. Really delicious. I actually enjoy this one hot or cold as well, so that's really convenient. Actually, all 3 of the recipes I enjoy hot or cold, so that's an added bonus. And I love the versatility of these recipes. This one I actually like to mix with the next recipe I'm going to mention as well. So next up is my tofu scramble recipe. And I have a couple of tofu scramble recipes. As I mentioned earlier, I will link them below. I've recently found sort of a new and improved way of making my tofu scramble, and I only made it a few alterations to my original recipe, but it really takes it to the next level and makes it taste a little bit more eggy or a little bit more like a scrambled egg. So it's really, really good. It's made with tofu, nutritional yeast, and some spices. And then the 2 sort of secret ingredients and extra things that I've added to really jazz it up and amp it up further is some black salt and some soy milk, actually, to sort of make it a little creamier and just to amp up the flavor a little bit. And it also amps up the protein a little bit by adding a little bit of soy milk to the mix as well. I love to mix refried beans with the tofu scramble and make a really delicious wrap with that, or a burrito. I like to make sort of a quesadilla with those 2 items, or just having the tofu scramble on its own as a salad or a sandwich. Really, really delicious, really versatile. Again, can be enjoyed hot or cold. Choose your own adventure. Really delicious. I love to add hot sauce over the top. If you've been on the channel, you might have heard me talk about my love of hot sauce. I usually go for Frank's Red Hot, but I also love Sriracha, Cholula. Yeah, hot sauce is my jam. Next up is my black bean burger recipe. And this recipe I just keep making again and again and again. This one takes a little bit of time to put together in the food processor and then baking it either in your oven or on your grill. But it is well worth the little bit of extra time that it takes. It's super simple to put together, really easy. And once you have it prepped and batch cooked, you can keep it in the fridge for a few days, or you can actually freeze these. They freeze wonderfully, and you can just keep them in the freezer and then pop them out when you're ready to have your meal. Obviously, they're burgers, so they're made to be eaten as a burger. However, they're also really versatile in other ways. You can crumble them up with some salsa into a salad. Instead of making large patties, you can make smaller nugget almost style pieces with it, or little meatballs, veggie balls with it. And again, not a ton of ingredients. These burgers are nut-free, so that's great for anyone with any kind of nut allergy, or if you're sending them to school or an event, or you're serving them at a big cookout or something like that, and you're concerned about maybe people with allergies. I mentioned this recipe in our top 5 summer recipes last year, so check that video out here if you haven't seen it yet, or if you'd like to take a look at it again. Those are all wonderful recipes as well, and ones that we still continue to make and use and enjoy. But this burger recipe has really just remained our go-to burger recipe. We still make chickpea burgers from time to time, but this one just seems to be the one that we always gravitate to, and I just continue to make it every week, all the time. I can't really double the recipe because my food processor won't handle more than one batch of it at a time, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll sort of measure out the ingredients into the food processor, and while I'm doing that, I'll measure the ingredients a second time into a bowl. And so I'll process the first round and then make the patties, and then go back and dump the bowl of ingredients the second round into the food processor, process it up, and then bake them at the same time, so that I do end up with 2 batches, and I can put some in the fridge and some in the freezer. Because guaranteed, if I just make 1 batch and they stay in the fridge, they don't stay in the fridge long. They disappear really quickly because everyone in the family loves them so much. So having frozen ones on hand makes for really simple meals later on, and is really an easy way to just have a really delicious burger ready to go, and not having to go out and buy a processed item or eat fast food or something like that, because I already have them prepped and ready to go in my freezer. I will mention a couple of honorable mentions here for other recipes that I make very, very often. One is smoothies. I make smoothies pretty much every day, pretty much every morning, so I thought I'd throw that out there, that's something that I make very often. I'll have recipes linked below that you can check out. Also check out my Instagram page, because I do tend to share recipes over there as well, and you can see them in sort of a short format. Maybe I'll try to put some of those over here on YouTube Shorts as well, so you don't have to venture to elsewhere to see those things. Smoothies are great. They're so versatile. You can add any number of ingredients to them to jazz them up, to pump them up with more nutrition, to add some greenery in there, add some spinach or some kale or some cauliflower, add some beans or some tofu or some protein powder for some added protein, your favorite frozen fruit, some soy milk, maybe a bit of water, some flaxseed, you're good to go. And you can also add other seeds, other things, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, a lot of other things can go into that blender and add to your nutrition for the day in a really easy way and a really portable way that you can take with you and just be out the door and get going. I don't tend to batch prep my smoothie ingredients, but you can do that and put everything in a large Tupperware or a large freezer bag so that it's just ready to go, so that you can just dump it into the blender in the morning, add your liquid ingredient, whether that's a plant milk or water, and then just whiz it up and blend it up. And it does make the process a lot quicker. I do recommend giving that a go and seeing if that sort of helps with your morning routine. And 2 other honorable mentions here. I actually made a video about 3 easy salad dressings that are just made in 1 bowl, really minimal ingredients, really quick to make. And there are 2 of those that I have been continuously making at the beginning of the summer here. One is my lemon garlic dressing, and the other is my smoky sweet mustard dressing. Really simple to put together and really delicious, versatile for different purposes, for using as a dip or a dressing or a salad dressing or a sauce for a sandwich. So I love having things that are multi-purpose and that I can use in different ways to jazz things up. I'd love to hear if you tried any of my recipes and if you enjoyed them or what you thought. I'd also love to hear, what are your go-to recipes these days? What are you batch cooking? What are you making? What are you loving? What ingredients are you really enjoying using? Leave me all that information and let's have a chat in the comments section below. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know what you'd like to see on the channel next, and I hope you're having an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!